Hey there, I'm John,
I'm Josh.
I'm Bobby.
and we are ready to talk about Conference Championship Weekend. This weekend, we're going to start off with some of the
Group of five.
group of five games. Yes. So we've got the MAC, and this is probably the least intriguing game of the weekend.
Yeah, the MAC struggle.
Yes, it is. So you got 7-5, Miami of Ohio, and they're going to face Central Michigan Chippewas. Aren't they the
Yeah, something
Chippewas?
like that.
Yeah, and they're 8-4. So Central Michigan, they're strong in the ground game.
Yeah.
You know, they've got some good running, and Miami of Ohio, that's pretty much in the air.
I'll tell you right now, I have no idea about either of these two teams. Nothing about
So that
it.
pretty much covered it.
Yeah.
DJ Fleck, former coach of Central Michigan, right?
Yeah.
He led them to the BCS game.
Yeah.
And you have Miami, Ohio, Ben Roethlisberger's
That's right.
school.
That's right.
I
And that's
have
it.
no idea.
And that's it.
Is it snowing? Is it snowing?
Maybe Central Michigan, maybe.
Conference USA. So we got the UAB Blazers right out of here in Birmingham, Alabama. They're 9-3, facing a 9-3 Florida Atlantic in Boca Raton. And
I always love, and we mention it whenever we mention UAB, love the story of UAB. Love the story of their football program getting eliminated and them coming back. So I'm cheering for UAB in this one.
yeah, I guess the word has it is FAU's might be a little bit stronger.
FAU's coach is Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
He went 9-3, huh? Is that like the best he's ever done?
Yeah, so I guess the question now with Lane Kiffin is he going to end up at another team?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, who are you taking?
I'm taking UAB.
I'm taking UAB.
I'm taking Florida Atlantic. I'll get
Uh-oh.
the Florida side of these.
All right.
There you go.
So Sun Belt, you have 10-2 Louisiana facing a one-loss number 21 Appalachian State.
You know, this isn't 10-2 and 11-1. That's not bad for
No.
teams. App State beat South Carolina. Granted, so did everyone but Georgia.
Yes, that's true.
So you know, I got to go with App State on this one. They've not.
It's
They've
hard
done
for me to
fairly well.
see Louisiana pulling off an upset here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
They got good food.
They do. They
do.
do that. So the AAC, you have, and this, you know,
It's a huge game,
This
yeah.
is a replay. Number 20 Cincinnati's facing number 17 Memphis.
Right, and it's at Memphis yet again.
Yeah.
It is hard to beat the same team twice.
It is hard. That
I'll
being
always say
said,
that.
Yeah.
I have to think.
imagine.
I have to think, especially Memphis, knowing if they win this, they get the New Year's Six bowl slot. They're going to come out. They're going to give it their all. I got to
think
go
so.
with Memphis on this game.
And it wasn't too many years ago, 2 years ago, Memphis was on the same side, the reverse side of this. UCF had beaten them in the regular season. They played them again 2 weeks later and lost. So time for Memphis to flip the script.
All right.
Probably so. Then you have Mountain West. In Mountain West, you have 9-4 Hawaii. They're going to go. They're going to be at Boise State, number 19 Boise State.
All right. Yeah.
I have a hard time imagining that Hawaii's going to give Boise State a hard time in this.
I'm going to say Boise's already beat Hawaii once early on in the season. It was fairly high scoring for both teams. I think 56-38 or something like that. Hawaii has a contract with Boise where they will not go and play at Boise past October. The contract is void because it's the Mountain West Conference game, so they don't have a choice. This is a team that is in 60.
It's not a good place.
Yeah,
for
this
Hawaii
is a
to
team
be.
that is in 60 and 70 degree weather consistently, if not
70,
higher.
80.
Yeah, even higher possibly.
Yeah,
And you're looking at them going, and it's possible snow right
below
now.
freezing.
As far as advantage goes, I think talent-wise, Boise, they've already shown they're better. This weather it's going to kill Hawaii.
Yeah,
Well, just think though, what if Hawaii actually kept their quarterbacks in state? Tua, his brother, Mackenzie Milton,
Yeah.
whoever, UCF's
there's a
Dylan
lot
Gabriel.
of Hawaii players out there.
Good night. They
that
have
are-
the
that are
best
pretty
quarterbacks.
impressive. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But, I mean, who wants to play at Hawaii?
In a non-conference championship, you know, or it's not championship, but you know, you get your typical game, the
This
Army
is,
Navy
I think,
game.
2 weeks from now, right? This is
I believe
not
it's,
con-
no,
is it?
it's this
Oh.
week. Army Navy games this week as well.
Well, what would channel? What would have to happen to see Hawaii actually play with Boise? I mean, BYU was the only team
So we're
who
going
beat
back to
them.
that. Yeah, BYU's the only team that beat Boise. I mean, I guess Hawaii's best chance is that I think they played 2 games in a row where their defense has allowed 0 points, which is
So
impressive.
Hawaii's strength is the defense.
It has not been until the latter half of the season.
Okay.
So the first game, you know, like I said, Boise scored 56 points with, I believe, Hank. And
Yeah.
now
Oh,
it's
wow.
Jalen Henderson in at quarterback instead.
Who's doing pretty good.
He's doing fairly well. So we'll
Yeah.
see. I do think, I'm not concerned about the game.
Yeah.
Boise, if they want any chance of making it to the New Year's Six Bowl, has to win big and has to have Cincinnati win by like a field goal.
Mm.
We have to destroy Hawaii and Cincinnati.
Boise is going to win.
So we'll see.
Yeah. All right, now let's get into some of the games that really do have implications as far as the national championship playoff. You
Army
know.
Navy.
Yeah, not Army Navy.
Maybe we'll win that one. Yeah.
So let's start with the Pac-12, which is on the outside looking in.
And it's a Friday game.
And it is a Friday game, yes. So you have number 5, Utah, and versus number 13, Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Utah winning this is big for Utah because it does give them the possibility
Every
of getting
single. So we're going to talk about Big 12 next. These two games, style points matters right now.
in. Yes.
If Utah barely scrapes by Oregon and Baylor or Oklahoma dominate in their game,
Yeah.
you're looking at a possibility of the playoffs committee ranking that team above you in the playoffs.
Yeah.
If Utah wins big, no matter what they're in, I'll say that right now. They've sealed the deal. If they
That's
do that.
true.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
what do y'all think? Utah versus Oregon?
At the beginning of the year, they said Utah.
I know,
At
and
the
I
beginning of the
They
year.
did.
I
They did.
know.
You're
Can you
right.
live up to what was said of you?
Yeah. And
It's impressive that they've made it this far.
it is. It is. And our Oregon has not impressed me overall. So
They've lost to Auburn and who? Who was the other one? It was recently, wasn't it?
Stanford? What? No.
No, it wasn't Stanford. Nobody lost to
He'll
Stanford.
put it down at the bottom for you.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I'll put that in.
I'm going Utes. I think there's got to be something that happens. Part of me, everything in me says Oregon's going to win, but you know what? Utah, you're going to surprise me.
I think Utes as well.
I something to note, unlike Group of 5, Power 5 conference games are not at home. They're at neutral sites.
Yes.
Okay.
So most of these games will be, if not all of them, I'm pretty sure, are at neutral sites. So, yeah.
But watch out for Justin Herbert in this game. This is a chance. This is his final game.
Yeah.
But he's going to get drafted, so
Yeah, he will.
might have a chance to shine.
Yeah. Let's move to the Big 12. Josh already mentioned this, but you have number 7 Baylor is going to be playing number 6 Oklahoma.
We saw what Baylor did in the first half of the game last time versus Oklahoma.
Yes.
They looked better. They were better. And they just collapsed. They couldn't do it for 2 halves. And that is the moral of football in general. You got to play 2 halves.
Yes.
It's hard to beat the same team twice. We've said this a lot so far today. Can Baylor beat Oklahoma the second time around?
I think it's all up here.
It is.
And I think that they're mentally not going to be able to. If you had that big of a lead, how are you ever going to win again?
Yeah.
That's fair.
So you're saying Oklahoma?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Baylor. As much as I think Jalen Hurts is probably the king of clutch moments when it comes to conference and championship games, I do think Baylor can win the second time. And Oklahoma's just struggled so much in the last couple games here. They could have lost so many. They're barely scraping by. Baylor wins.
I think I'm pulling. I think I'm thinking Baylor as well in this
Okay.
one.
Interesting.
Yeah. But this one really could go either way. That's the thing about this one. This is a tough one. A lot harder than picking
But-
Utah, Oregon in my mind.
If this is a neutral site game, Baylor couldn't get it done at home but by 30 or whatever.
Yeah.
How are they going to get it done in a neutral site game?
Yeah.
Maybe.
We'll see.
They better have figured it out. Okay, then you have the SEC championship, and so you got number 4 Georgia facing number 2 LSU. This is a big game. Big game.
So this is my prediction. LSU's going to go up 24-0. Georgia's going to come back 24-24. It's going to go to overtime,
This is
and
not your
Georgia
prediction.
wins 34-31.
Okay, this is probably not going to happen. Yeah.
No, but I do think
maybe in some kind of video game or something.
I do think that it'll be closer than people are going to expect. I do think it's going to come down to the fourth quarter. Burrows is going to have some kind of drive. It's going to be low. It's going to be probably LSU's most low-scoring game besides Auburn, because Georgia's the second best defense besides Auburn, except the Alabama game. That doesn't count. I don't know what happened there. But besides, it's a good defense. Georgia has the good defense. Besides the fact that Jake Fromm is just not doing great right now. He is a senior. He's been in these situations against Alabama twice, almost leading his team back twice. He finally doesn't have to
might
play
be that
Alabama.
almost,
Yeah,
but-
you have to be, if you're Georgia, you have to be like, oh, thank goodness it's not Alabama that we're facing. We don't want to get embarrassed by that again, because they almost beat Alabama twice in a row. This is their chance. LSU, fresh start.
Fromm might not. I mean, he might not be back, right? Or is he?
He is.
He is. Okay.
Wait, I don't know.
No, he's-
Well,
Hey,
yeah, we'll see.
yeah.
Either
We'll see
way,
what-
Georgia
what he
loses
does.
this. They're out of the playoffs. They win this, they're in no matter
And who are
what.
you taking?
I'm taking LSU.
I'm taking LSU as well.
What about you?
Okay,
That's a safe
Georgia.
call for sure.
Their defense, like you said, they're legit. I think that Georgia has a shot.
I
And you know
mean,
what?
I
They've
do
been
too.
there. They've
I
been
do
there
too.
before.
And
So
Jake
you're
Fromm's
saying-
been there before.
LSU.
Oh, not surprising.
Okay. Then you have the ACC, Virginia. Yeah. Number 23, Virginia is going to be facing number 3, Clemson, who's also still undefeated.
It was going to be a Virginia team facing Clemson,
Yes.
whether Tech
Virginia or
or
Virginia Tech. That's
Virginia. And it was going to be a blowout in this game either
Right.
way.
This is, man.
This will be the worst
Well-
of all the Power 5 conference games. It's gonna be 30 points in my mind, like 30-point
And
difference.
that's what really the line is about that much.
I would say this, though. If Bryce Perkins can make plays, which he can make plays,
Not
Yeah.
against Clemson's defense.
but
You're
he
not
was
gonna
the
make plays.
entire team versus Virginia Tech. If he can make plays, he could keep him alive. But
Okay.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't
Clemson wins.
Yeah.
They're in the
Big.
playoffs.
Yeah. Big Ten, you have number 1, Ohio State, facing number 8, Wisconsin. I almost feel like this one's like that ACC
Okay,
championship.
so we
That's
keep
my
saying.
feeling about
I
this
keep
one.
saying this. We keep saying it's hard to beat a team twice.
Yeah.
Not if you beat them as bad as Ohio State beat Wisconsin.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
If you're Wisconsin,
Yeah.
you know you can't beat Ohio State. You
You know
know
you
it.
can't.
Going into this,
Yeah.
you know you cannot.
Wasn't it that 1 year Ohio State was making a push to get in the playoff? They got in over Penn State by beating Wisconsin like 59-0 or
Yeah.
something crazy.
Yeah, I think it was.
I remember that. Either way, Ohio State has Wisconsin's number. This is going to be a blowout. Justin
It
Fields,
is. It is.
Etienne. Wait, wrong team.
Yeah, that is true. Justin Fields is
J.K.
correct.
Dobbins.
Thank you, Dobbins.
Dobbins.
It's
Who is
strong.
also, a Heisman contender.
And then they have
Yeah.
Chase Young.
Yeah.
Man, they have like 3 Heisman contenders.
Yeah.
This team is just
That is
unreal. They win big. Ohio State, all the
It's
way.
going to stay right where they
All the
are.
way.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, till the final 4 there. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and join us when we talk about the results of the conference championships.
Go Broncos.
And that has nothing to do with anything.